Hello,
Hello.
hello. Good evening, consigners. How are ya? How's my Nona tonight?
I am good.
Yeah.
Technology is not agreeing with me. So, um, yes, we are not quite live yet on Facebook. So, um, give me just a minute to troubleshoot this. But I want to hear about your exciting day yesterday because you had something really fun going on yesterday.
Yes, it was my son's birthday, so we got to celebrate him fun yesterday. And that was just, it was great. We just spent some time as a family together, and it's so nice to be able to do that. So my sweet son had his ninth birthday, and that's his golden birthday. So that was great. And today was so fun. We got to start our co-op. Nona and I homeschool, and that is just such a grand time. And they did some science experience, they did some sign language, and they had some photography class. So we just had some fun with that. But school has just picked up for everyone. I know that's for everyone else. And that means there's some moms who are at home and able to tag during the day, or they've got their sports season starting. And we talked about it last week that you can bring a bucket of clothes with you, just bring a pile, sit it in the back of your minivan or what have you. Maybe just pack a big bag. I've got my JBF bag here, right? There's no shame in bringing one of these to the soccer field and just using your phone. And we talked about you can do talk to text on your tagging site.
Mhm.
So if you're feeling I don't have enough time, we can always get creative, right? When we're tagging
Absolutely.
and just start thinking about pricing maybe while you're sitting there. Think about writing a list. Where am I going to start collecting tags or items to tag around the house? What have I not thought of? Have I gone through my kids' rooms? Have I gone through the garage? Is there anything I put away? Swings, bassinets, maybe that the baby's grown out of? Where have I not looked? So it doesn't always have to be tagging. It doesn't always have to be in that moment. Just get creative with your time. And maybe once the littles go to bed and you turn on a movie, you can sit and attach those tags. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. We have talked to you all about collecting your items, how to clean them, how to prep them, how to price them, how to print them. And tonight we're going to just be talking about how to attach those items. So join us tonight. Just
Yes.
remember that any question is absolutely okay. It doesn't just have to be about attaching your tags tonight. It can be about anything. And then if you're not able to join these lives and you just want to be in person, remember our in-person classes are starting up again. We have one this Thursday in Bremerton at Subway, off Kid Subway, and we're looking forward to meeting you all. So
Yes.
that's exciting.
Those are always fun. I
Yes,
feel like every time we do a consignor class, it just like brings back the memories of sitting in Katie's basement because Katie taught me how to consign, you guys. She brought me in and she's like, "Oh, it's so easy. Here's doing this." And so it always brings back the memories because Katie teaches the classes. She's a natural at it, and it's really great. So okay, quick update, Katie. For those
yes,
watching that are consigners in our consigner group, we're usually able to stream to our consigner group, but it's just not connecting tonight. So we're on the
not a
business page
problem.
and we're on Instagram and we're on YouTube. So all those others are going, but thanks for your patience tonight, guys. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah, we've got all sorts of things. But yeah, school definitely just feels like it's really rolling, doesn't it, Katie? It's like it's
Absolutely.
season, things are really going for us and yeah. I've been busy tagging. How about you?
I have gotten a lot of tagging out of the way, and now I'm kind of looking around the house for a second
Second wave?
group of items. Yeah, second wave. Yeah, I'm getting it. Tonight I'm feeling a little drowsy. I've got tea. I'm ready to go to bed tonight. Not
We'll
gonna
have
lie.
ice
Typically I'm
cream.
up. Oh, what? We're just different. I tried that. I'm too tired. It's been a little too many late nights. So we're gonna go to bed early tonight. But that
Yeah.
doesn't mean that the fun isn't over. I've got plenty of nights ahead. You guys, we are 5 weeks out. That is still plenty, plenty, plenty of time to get to tagging, to get started. Hey, I used to
Yeah.
be one of those that didn't start until the week of. Don't do
which
that.
I think
It's not
is
recommended. If you've got plenty of stuff, I wouldn't recommend that. It is not for the faint of heart, but it's
yeah.
possible. But yeah, we are 5 weeks out now, and we are just getting so excited.
We
And
are.
Nona and I are tagging more now ahead of time than we ever have, and we're super proud of us. Go high five, team. So yeah, tonight once again we're going to be talking about attaching those tags to those items. We've talked about collecting, cleaning, prepping, pricing, printing, and tonight is all about attaching. So, anywhere you want to get started tonight, Nona?
Oh, I mean, I have a pile of stuff next to me, so I just figured I'd
Awesome.
grab, and maybe we'll wait like another 5 minutes to get everybody situated and get rolling on our topic, and then of course we've got a trivia question, so we'll throw that out at you in a little bit. And yeah, I have this was at the top of my stack, which is
Oh, books.
books. So
Yes.
let's briefly talk about tagging books. Um, Best rule of thumb with books is always to use painter's tape. Katie and I have a running joke that we can never say it right because we accidentally say packing tape, but painter's tape. So classic blue painter's tape. You can buy it at any hardware store, Walmart, Target, everybody sells it. And we sell this really great skinny version as a part of our supply orders. And this one is really fantastic too, but it doesn't have to be anything special. It just needs to be painter's tape. It comes off really well, and packing tape, good old packing tape, will pull the finish or paper off of your books. So, and then I always stick mine on the back, and I try to cover up a barcode if there is one. This one was a part of a set so it doesn't have one. But if it has another barcode, try to cover that up with the tag if you can. So that one's easy. And then for sets, using either our painter's tape to tape the sets together so they're nice and snug, or you can use like curling ribbon from gift wrapping, or twine or string. You just want to get it nice and tight so the books aren't rolling around. So that's my first one. How about you, Katie?
Let's see. So, what do I have closest to me? I've got shoes here. So, great fall boots. Sorry, I'm a little dyslexic and backwards tonight. So, I've got some cute little teen boots here. So, these are adorable. And I've got my tag. So, what I like to use are these um, zip ties. So you're going to take and attach. There's going to be multiple ways that you can attach shoes. So this, we went through the zippers because there is no flap at the bottom of the shoe. I'm so sorry I'm backwards tonight, you guys. Let's see if I've got one that, nope. Well, for something like this, these little ballet shoes, you could attach right here.
Yes.
I'll get used to
Oh, you're
this by the
talking
end of
about
this.
the loop.
Yes, here's one. Okay, hold on. I've
Got
got
it?
it.
Boot
Yes.
with loop.
So on the back of the shoe here, there's a loop, and that's where you're going to go through with your zip tie to attach them. And then you can do this a couple ways. You can use a safety pin or another zip tie to attach that tag onto the boot. I personally like to use zip ties, but this is just an example where you can use a safety pin to attach to that zip tie, and you are good to go. So $6, you're going to be seeing these guys at the sale.
Awesome. Yeah. Shoes. Oh, shoes.
Ooh.
Shoes are really easy. Zip ties are just the secret. And one of our valet taggers and our moderator on our Facebook page had a really great tip on Instagram the other day that I want to share with you guys too, which is she puts a little piece of either packing tape or scotch tape over the top of her ticket and then hole punches through that, and it reinforces it so your tag doesn't get torn, which I thought was a great tip. Cloth diapers. I'm going to talk about this one briefly because I'm a cloth diaper mama, and there's, some of us are, some of us aren't. That's great. But if you're selling cloth diapers, I want to bring this up because we've had some people that don't quite know where to tag them, and it's really important that you don't go through the outside of this waterproof material with your safety pins. You want to go through either the lining or the tag. So this one is safety pin just to the lining, the fleece lining. Just be careful not to go through the waterproof outside. And yeah, Katie knows I always got to make my little plug for cloth.
No, I'm glad you mentioned that because we are stepping into the winter sale. Hi, Heather. Welcome. Because we are stepping into the winter sale, a couple of things to remember. Jackets, you want to make sure that you're going through the zipper when you're attaching. You can use zip ties or safety pins or anything like that. But when you do poke through that different material, it will actually cause a hole. I know we always say that it's safe to attach to any sort of cotton fabric. That's fine. But when it comes to those jackets, those diapers, swimsuits, what else can you think of, Nona, that we can't put it through that will truly cause a hole?
Yeah, I think you covered it really well, Katie. It's like any outerwear that is especially waterproof, you just have to be really careful. And really tight woven fabrics, like even some of the really nice like button-up shirts, it's like you kind of want to be careful and just think about the fabric and whether or not it might be damaging. But the good thing is safety pins are really sharp, right? Katie does the famous like stabbing the shirt cuts with safety pins.
Yeah.
And so that's the safety pins that we sell are really sharp, so you're not going to damage things. But yeah, waterproof fabrics. I think you covered it really well. Sorry, I went down a
bamboo is another one. No, I think it needs to be covered. Bamboo is another one. With those expensive items, we price those things at those higher price points, right? So the Kiki pants, bamboo, and all those jackets, they're going to be on the higher end. And if we poke a hole through them, they are going to be a no thank you. And we would hate to turn those items away because they're highly desired at the sale. So just keep that in mind. We do cover those kind of things in our classes. I know I already did shoes, but here is a great example of that twine. I'm so backwards tonight. Here's a picture of the twine. And these are, once again, a highly desired item of snow boots that are going to be looked for that people will be looking for at the sale. So find your snow bin. Mine's below the house. I had snow bibs that were my youngest has grown out of. They don't care whether they're black, blue, or pink. They put them on when there's snow. So it was time to go through that bin and find what they had grown out of. And boy, was there a lot.
Guys, they sell so fast at the fall sale. So fast. They fly out the door, your snow stuff. Heather says her fingers, I should show it again. Heather says her fingertips are a bit raw and she's laughing because your fingers do get a little bit sore from the safety pins. But this is probably a really good segue, actually, Katie, to really quickly show. Do you have a tagging gun handy? We didn't get a chance to talk about this, but
I do.
I don't know if I have mine, but it's okay. You don't have to show one. But
I do need it for this, so keep going. Keep talking.
That is really good to cover is the difference between safety pins and tagging guns. And tagging guns, are a much bigger needle. You look at it and you think it is really sharp, but it is a big needle. So when a tagging gun goes through a piece of fabric, it actually punches a hole in that fabric. Ow. And you stab yourself.
I got myself.
Oh my goodness. So proof it's sharp, but it is way bigger than a safety pin. So the safety pins are so sharp and so small that they push the fibers of the fabric aside. And then when you take them out, it just goes back to normal. But a tagging gun is so much bigger and that it will actually punch a hole through it. So that's why we want it to be in the hanging tag inside the garment or right through the seam in the underarm on the right-hand side. So if you're looking at the front of the garment, the right-hand side. And it's just real important if you use a tagging gun to put it in one of those two places and don't ever put it directly through a piece of fabric. Are you working your magic?
If I will teach you all on where that placement is, like Nona's talking here in just a moment. And there was something else I wanted to cover, but so while she's saying that, I just wanted to let you know we do have them for sale with Just Between Friends Bremerton, and this is what the package is going to look like. So I believe we sell these for $10 online, and this is what you'll receive. It comes with the barbs, 4 replacement needles, and That's what you're going to get. So
Yeah.
Nona, go
They
ahead and
are
hit the
so
next topic, and I'm going to
fun.
install, my barbs are just empty, so I was just
Oh,
installing
that's
those
okay.
real quick to
Yeah.
show.
I'm actually going to bring up the trivia question. So
I love it. Okay.
I am going to throw that out there. But yes, tagging guns, the last thought on my mind was tagging guns can be so helpful. So helpful. They really
Yeah.
can be wonderful. So, but we talk about it a lot, and we just want to make it as easy for you guys as possible to use them. So, all right, tonight's trivia question, because we are talking about tagging, we thought it would be fun to do another guess how many tags in a category. So we want to know who can get the closest guess, and that is how many toys have been tagged since the spring event. So, in our system, how many toy tags have been entered since the end of our spring sale until today? And whoever can get the closest to that is going to win our 5 JBF bucks tonight. And that's our trivia question. And I have another quick demonstration too, Katie, unless do you need a little more time?
Okay, I got one through. I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh, I did it. Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
I let my sister borrow my normal one. So I'm using my backup gun right now.
I love that you
All right.
have a backup gun, first of all.
The fact that I had to say that, I know, it's hilarious. So we're going to treat it just like a regular item where we always say you're going to go through the right-hand side, right? But we are going to place it in the armpit. I'm on a little baby onesie. This is a 2-pack right now. We are going to go in through the armpit seam where it hits the 4 corners right there in the center. And so I'm going to take my tag, attach it to the gun first. So it's going to look like this. That tag is sitting on there. And then I'm going to go through the armpit, right where the 4 corners meet, through the hole there. I'll make sure it goes in there nicely. Once it's all the way through, I'm going to pull that, and typically it works.
Okay.
Sorry. Like I said, I'm using my backup gun, but we're going to go.
It's good to see where it goes.
Yes. All right, you guys. Apologize for this, but that's where it's going to go, and then it's just going to hang off on the side here. So that's how we do that. Let's see.
Perfect.
All
Thank
righty.
you.
Yes, not a problem.
Yeah. We talk about it a lot, so you guys are probably going to get tired of it. Sorry about that, but I have some
it's
puzzles.
very important.
So I'm going to hop in. So I have a couple. If the box of the puzzle is in really good shape, obviously try to keep it in there. And I use for this one, this is big. I can't show it very well. For this one, I have some painter's tape to keep the lid on. And then the tag is just on the side, again in painter's tape. This is covered in paper. So I just want to keep that safe. And then another thing I want to bring up with puzzles really quick is small toddler puzzles. So this is one of those cardboard puzzles where the pieces fit inside the frame. And I want people to be able to see it, but I don't want these pieces like flying around, right? So saran wrap or good old Kirkland Stretch Tight is what you want to use on this. It keeps the pieces contained. And the nice thing about this is I actually have 2 puzzles in this set. So it's double-sided. So I have them both facing out so they can see both puzzles. They're back to back. They can tell what condition they're in, but it's completely contained. And I have saran wrap around all the edges so that nothing falls out. So that's
Perfect.
a good trick. And that works wonderful too for wooden toddler puzzles and like the knob puzzles and stuff like that. You just kind of got to wrap it tight. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So I've got this cute little suit here. You know, Christmas is coming. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. You know,
Wow.
Halloween and then Thanksgiving and then Christmas. But you know what? This is our fall sale, right? And everything that you're selling will be belonging to those holidays, right? Because the next one isn't until the spring. So I think it's comfortable that I did say that. So with that, I've got this adorable kid's little suit here. I've got a tie that goes with it, and it would get lost unless I put that safety pin there to show that it belongs there. Totally cute. And then when we attach our tags, we sell size 1, 2, and 3 safety pins. Size 1 is great for attaching those pins on. Size 2, also when you're bundling maybe little things together. And then size 3 is our largest ones that we use for attaching jeans to hangers and those kind of items. So those larger pieces. So we always attach our tags to the right-hand side of the garment. There's always a rhyme and a reason behind what we do. And so that's when our moms and dads and grandparents are shopping through those aisles, that all the tags are going to be on the right-hand side. When we're doing this, we also need to make sure that our hanger is in a question mark form when you're looking at it. So if I always say if you're questioning it, you're doing it right. So this is what that item should look like by the time it is done and tagged.
Awesome.
I also have, when you're using that
little
tagging gun, yeah, well, isn't it so cute? When you're using that tagging gun, another option is to put it through that top of the tag here. I really do recommend that right-hand side first, only because you're going to find the tags all in the same area on that right-hand side. And when they're up here, sometimes it can get lost inside the shirt like this. And then it looks like there's no tag on that item and it's just not priced to sell. So first recommendation will be in that corner, but let me tell you, it is quite easy just to throw it through that top tag up there.
It is.
And that's what that looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes things so easy, doesn't it, when there's a nice hanging tag?
Yeah.
And it's not, I mean, that's the nice thing about the front with the safety pin, right? Is it's so quick and easy to go through the racks and shop, and but either one is fine. Okay. So my next item, this one's a little different. I grabbed this because sometimes with toys or larger items, sometimes there's just not a good place to attach the tag with tape, or maybe it's a material that the tape doesn't stick to no matter what kind of tape you use. So I've got this funky little baby activity toy. And if I try to tape it on here, I could, but it could also very easily get pulled up because there's all these spinny things, and kids pick up stuff at the sale and they play with them, right? So I want to make sure my tag stays with my item. So what I would do in this case is I would take my tag and hole punch it and use our handy, I love these little bitty zip ties. These are I use these a ton. So I'd take a zip tie and attach the tag to one of these little side pieces with a zip tie. That way it's kind of out of the way. If a kid comes, tests it out, make sure it's all, to their liking, they're not going to accidentally tear off the tag. So zip ties on sometimes toys, it's just the best way to go. So
yeah. Absolutely.
And then I have one other toy thing, which is bagged items. So I have a giant bag here. Giant. This has got my Marble Run in it. And this one I was very fortunate. I still had the instructions. So I just put it in the front of the bag, and then I use packing tape to seal it closed. So again, little shoppers, little fingers are not reaching in there to open this up. It's clear. The parents can see everything in it, so they're not going to need to open it. If you don't have the instructions and you find a picture of it online, I like to print a picture of it off and just stick that piece of paper inside so they can see what it is. They can see a style name or a brand name. That's not necessary. It's not required to do that, but I like to do it just so they know exactly what it is. And we also have, here we go. We also have these awesome, Katie stocks these for us also on the supply page. And we have 3 different sizes, and these are bedding bags, but these work fantastic for toy sets, little people and Hot Wheels sets or track or that kind of stuff. Get it in a bag. And the nice thing is it's easy. Yeah, there's better stash. It's easy to attach tags to those, and then your stuff is secure. And, like we said, it doesn't get separated very easily.
Yeah, those bags are great to put bedding in. Honestly, I have about 20 pairs of shoes in one of the medium bags over next door, ready to be steamed and washed. I washed a ton of shoes this past week and set
Awesome.
them out to dry. And I used Danya's trick. Well, I Marco Poloed her, and she taught me that trick too because I was washing my boots and they started to form, just sag. And I stuffed some paper in there, and they just look fantastic, brand new again. So,
Yeah, Danielle has
yeah,
been making it rain consigning
she
tips
has
on
been.
Instagram. So, if
Yes.
you're not following us on Instagram, go follow us. And she puts these great little videos out of just little. She's had so much practice at doing this, and she's always ready to help share some of her tips. So, yep. All right, Katie, your
Yeah.
turn.
Next on the list is our large ticket items. So, this is what the ticket looks like. These will be available at the sale with a whole setup. We have scissors, tape, both packing and painters, and zip ties, all available for you at the sale. So please do not feel like you have to fill out a supply order form to get these. Mind you, if you have quite a few and you want to just get it done before you get to the sale, absolutely fine also. There's just a whole setup ready waiting for you to attach these items. The only things that will get these large ticket item yellow tags will be anything that an 8-month pregnant woman could not carry around. That's kind of our rule with these yellow ticket items because you don't want to have just a little tiny walker with one on it. Those kind of things can fit in the cart or they can go into the hold area. Just remember, these are just meant for the big items. So I've got a gigantic table here. So my daughter and I are fighting over if it's going to get tagged this sale or not. But I brought it in here just as an
Let
example
it
to show you.
go. Let it
Yeah,
go.
exactly. You hit it, Nona.
I
I'll
could
sing that
not
to her
I
later.
could not resist.
So with this one, I have a couple options. I can use my painter's tape to tape it up top here, but I'm a little bit nervous that it will come off a little bit easier because this is that plastic material. But I'm also worried that my packing tape will rip this material if someone tore it off. So I would kind of pull it up to the top, and there's metal up here, and I'm going to attach this with packing tape on the metal. That's where it's safe. But once again, if you use the packing tape on this purple material, it might rip because it's just plastic and it's very, very thin. I've seen too many of these tables get ruined just by kids gouging it with a pen or a marker or something like that. Another option is on this back side. Not sure if you can see it. There's some holes here that you can use a zip tie and attach that also. So just get creative with the way that you're going to attach that. These things will also be attached on car seats, cribs, strollers, and just marking an example. When you're attaching, if you have a car seat or a crib, you're going to need to print out, or they will be available at the sale, or you can get them on our supply order form, a waiver. So these car seat and crib waivers need to be attached, and then you'll also want to attach your QR code. If you need help with that, we're more than happy to help you learn how to create a QR code for the manual for your car seat or crib. So
Absolutely.
it takes just a minute to answer these questions. So, yeah,
Yeah.
make sure that you have 1 year left of life in those car seats. Now that we're talking about that real quick, before you sell those items, you can Google the manufacturer date. It's listed on the side of that car seat. Once again, reach out to us if you're confused at all where to find that. We're more than happy to help.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I think my stash of heavy hitters is empty. So I think I hit everything that was on my list. Did you have anything else? Maybe maybe
I don't
before maybe
know.
before we go on, I'm going to repeat the trivia question one more time before we announce who
Yes.
wins. So tonight's trivia is guess how many toy tags have been entered in the system since our spring sale. And closest one wins. Heather's got a guess of 325. And yeah, how many tags since the spring sale? Okay, Katie. Did
I've
you say
got
you had
one more.
another one? Okay.
I just wanted to show really quickly. So when we're attaching items, same kind of bundling, just make sure that you have the pants hooked to the back side, and we just attach them with our safety pins and up to the top so that when a mom's looking at the front, the pants are hanging just on the back end. And then same with our onesies, they're going to be attached on the back side. So see how the front of the doggy is on this side, and then you see the front of it on the back side. It just makes it sell a little bit quicker because maybe a mom isn't very much sold on that puppy dog, but then she really wants one that says daddy's, something with daddy in it, right? And then she sees that, oh, well, I can't beat that for 250 for two onesies, and we've got both of those on there. That's
Yeah,
adorable. That's gonna sell well. So
that is adorable.
that's just kind of a tip on attaching.
Yeah, it always helps, right? To put your like showstopper items when you're bundling, especially with onesie sets, because it seems like there's a couple that are extra cute, and then the others are more like, stripes or hearts or something that's just a plain print. So
Right.
that's kind of a great little tip. Yeah, to put the things that you want people to see, try to make them as visible as possible. Thank you, Katie. All right.
Absolutely.
Heather, you are our winner. You get you get 5 JBF bucks because you got the closest.
Awesome.
Because you were our only guess.
That's all
Um,
right.
yeah, it is
Way to
all
win,
right.
Heather.
Yeah, good
Well,
job.
how many do we want to know how many are actually in the system?
I
Well,
think
it
we
could be
should.
different from tonight, but when we checked this morning, how many were we at?
We were at, oh, sorry, my phone just shut off.
That's
We
okay.
were at 2,190 toy tags. That's amazing. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's surprisingly a relatively small category at our sale. Clothing
Hmm.
by far has the most tags, around 10 times as many as toys. Um, but shoes is second and toys is third. So, yeah, it's just kind of fun and
Absolutely.
it's amazing to see. And we also know that number is going to go up because a lot of people are tagging and you guys are working hard and you're doing great. So reach out with any packing or a tag attaching questions that you guys have. And we don't really have any big announcements this week, do we? Oh, the new consigner class
Yep, we've
is
got three of
tomorrow.
them starting up. We've got, yep, on Thursday,
Next
we've
week.
got our new consigner class starting, and this is a new location. We are at the Subway in Kitsap Way. You don't need to bring anything. You're welcome to purchase an item when you get there, a sandwich or a drink or something or a cookie. It's not required. We are going to be in the business room next, in the facility.
Yeah,
And then we also have one in
special room.
Silverdale once again at the pizza place there. And then we also have one in Port Orchard. We're excited for that one too. For those who don't want to come around Gorst, we will be in Port Orchard. You will see our lovely Vonette will be running that class in Port Orchard. We are just looking forward to it. So if you
Yeah.
have any questions, feel free to bring them. We are excited to meet you all in person. Maybe you have a friend that's really just interested. Go with her. Maybe have a good, fun girls' night and come to the meeting, get dinner together, grab a coffee or something. Just maybe if you're nervous about teaching them how to consign, we're there for you. We've
Yeah.
got this covered. So,
Yeah, it really helps so much, doesn't it? Just to be able to see things in person, to see how it's done,
absolutely.
to ask questions as it happens. Yeah, it really does help. So 3 classes this month, and there's still tons of time to consign. So if you're thinking, I know
Absolutely.
I had a gal reach out to me on email the other day, and she was like, I don't know if there's enough time. And I told her there are people who literally start the weekend before the sale and they pull it off, Katie. They pull it off.
Yep.
And yeah, there's still so much time, and you can really accomplish a lot, especially if you kind of follow what has become our tagging mantra, which is 9 tags a day. Because 9 tags fit on one page, and just tag 9 things a day. And before you even know it, I mean, think about it. In 10 days, you'll have 90 items tagged, which is amazing. So
Absolutely.
just a little bit at a time. But otherwise, I think we're done. Thank you
Awesome.
for all your
Well,
insight.
happy Tuesday, everyone. Yes, we
Yes.
can't wait to see you all here in 5 short weeks. So have a wonderful night, a wonderful week, and we